For what?
You're not detaining
For what reason?
smoking in the city.
It's a gag. It's a fake cigarette.
Oh.
It's fake. It's not real. So how can you detain me for something that I'm not doing? Peace out.
It's a gag. It's one of those things.
Bye-bye.
What type of cigarette is it?
I don't answer questions.
Folks, I absolutely love this video. It comes from the Junkyard News, and it was filmed on February 17th, 2024. He decided that not only should these cops get punked, they should get pranked. And pranked they did over an ordinance that was put into effect in Laguna Beach in 2017. At its May 23, 2017 meeting, the Laguna Beach City Council voted to adopt Ordinance 1624, which expanded the city's current smoking prohibitions to include all public places, such as sidewalks, streets, and alleys, as well as common areas of multi-unit residences, including laundry rooms, play areas, and pools. The ordinance, which became effective on June 23, 2017, is aimed at all types of smoking products, including tobacco, e-cigarettes, vaporizers, and Mary Jane. This is another form of government control. And despite the fact that it's your body and you should be able to do what you choose, at least the government was kind enough to allow you to smoke inside your own home or inside a vehicle if the windows are up. The best part about this whole thing. They wanted to get this ban passed, but they didn't want you, the taxpayers, to think they were wasting that much money and resources doing it. So here's how they look at enforcement. Enforcement. Staff does not intend to assign police officers to seek out and ticket individuals who are smoking in public places. The ordinance is designed to be self-enforcing, to obtain voluntary compliance through visible signage and community outreach materials. That's interesting. If they were actually telling the truth in the enforcement policy, then this video literally wouldn't exist. But this is the perfect example of government saying they will do one thing and then doing the complete opposite. They say this is voluntary compliance, yet the Junkyard News was detained. They say police officers will not be out enforcing this and looking for people smoking and pulling them over. Yet that's exactly what happened at Junkyard. So let's jump in the video and give it a watch. This is awesome. Bull ordinance, dumb cops, and fake cigarettes. Junkyard's fishing for tyrants, and I think he's going to catch a whale.
Just a smoker here. Don't mind me.
Now keep in mind, this policy is self-enforcing. No resources are applied to it, and police officers do not actively seek smokers, detain them, or command compliance. At least that's what they say.
Beach patrol.
Sir.
Here we go. Ticket, smicket.
I love how these cops get personally offended. They always get so butthurt when people want to engage in free activity. Imagine if Junkyard was actually smoking a real cigarette. This was just too easy. Junkyard saying ticket schmicket was enough to get 2 police officers out of their car to illegally detain him. Now keep in mind, the average salary for a Laguna Beach police officer is just over $93,000. That's 60% higher than the national average. There's 2 of them. That's $186,000. Detaining you and hemming you up for smoking a cigarette that's in violation of some ordinance. But like the government said, they're not spending any money on this.
He's pulling me over. You ready, guys? Here we go.
Now these cops have stopped in a right turn only lane along a red curb with no emergency lights flashing to enforce an ordinance they're not allowed to enforce, to issue a fine that's backed by zero law, while they're committing 3 infractions at once. This is a perfect example of do what I say, not as I do. The police demand you obey one ordinance while the police totally ignore another. The City Council voted Tuesday night to increase the fine for violations, such as parking along red curbs or within 15 feet of a fire hydrant, by $20 to $63. Other $63 violations include parking in a fire lane or in a way that obstructs traffic. So let me get this right. $93,000 times 2 cops equals $186,000. $63 fine times 4, carry the 1, minus the scared, afraid loser cop, and divide it by no one gives a f***. Get a life, get a real job. The Supreme Court already said that being a police officer is not even considered a profession.
Hello, sir.
What's up?
Hold a second. Wait.
For what?
You're not detaining
For what reason?
smoking in the city.
It's a gag. It's a fake cigarette.
Oh.
It's fake. It's not real. So how can you detain me for something that I'm not doing?
Because I have reason to suspicion that-
Well, now you know I'm not, right?
Now I know.
Exactly. You have a nice day.
Yes, you have a nice day too.
All right. Peace out.
It's a gag. It's one of those things.
Bye-bye.
What type of cigarette is it?
Yes, that's for real. There's so little to do in Laguna Beach that 2 cops are chasing down 1 man to enforce a policy that can't be enforced, wasting money that can't be wasted, all just to detain and bundle someone smoking a fake cigarette. It also shows how stupid they are, because the one cop literally just told the other cop it's a gag, it's fake. And the other moron cop still says, what kind of cigarette is it? Oh, Laguna Beach cops are probably the dumbest ever.
I don't answer questions.
Oh, I remember you.
Bye-bye. Bye. That's right. When you go fishing, you need to use the right
Bait. Yes, you do, Junkyard. And you brought yourself in a whale. Listen, these are cigarettes. You should be able to do whatever you want. And in that ordinance, they cite that smoking can be a public safety risk. And I get it. Smoking might not be great for you. But I think it's interesting that the government in Laguna Beach, California, has an issue with you smoking cigarettes because of the carcinogens that the cigarettes release into the air. However, they're raking in the tax money from all the manufacturing companies that specialize in electronics, automotive, and natural resources. Those carcinogens are fine because it makes the government money. Make sure you head over to the Junkyard News. His original video link and channel link will be in the description of this one. He's been out there doing work for a long time. Not only is he covering other activist videos and bringing important information to light, he's getting out in the field and getting his hands dirty. And when you go there, tell him Accountability for All sent you. Anyways, I gotta go. I just put in an order for a lot of fake cigarettes. And I'm feeling like a West Coast vacation. And that's the reason I stopped you today. Sorry, officer. That was not a cigarette. Yes, it was. In the past 4 years, I've done as much as I can with a camera until I finally decided that enough was enough. So I decided to create change from the inside out. Not just from within myself, but from within the government. I decided to run for office, and someone told me, well, as far as your candidacy goes, we've been in town a long time, and the people here have been here a long time, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. The town is in the red. The committees and boards are not only being lied to, information's being withheld from them. And a superintendent that makes more money than the governor of this state is insulating his pockets. And to do that, he's selling off pieces of our school to private interest groups. And people would say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The system is broke. But it would take a real sheep to look at something obliterated and try and call it anything else but broke. Well, something else is broke. Our trust in the government, our trust in accountability, and our belief that a government of the people, for the people, and by the people will represent our interests. How can they care about our interests? They're only concerned with special interests. And your opinion is the last thing that interests them. The small town of Townsend, Massachusetts that I live in is much like any other town or city in these United States of America. The politicians would like you to think that you're turning a blind eye, but you're not. They're doing a great job at keeping your eyes closed. Because how can you make decisions on things that you don't even know about? People would be so quick to complain about the government, but they don't show up at the polls to cast a vote to change it. We need to vote. We need to be involved. If the government refuses accountability, we have to put them in a position where they don't have a choice. We have to remind them that they serve us, we the people. It takes a village, and I'm tired of the wolves walking around in mine. And we can beat these guys. These guys refers to politicians, anyone who has a disdain for our constitutional and alienable rights. We can beat them with this. We can beat them with this. And we can beat them with this, our voice.
My name is Josh Abrams, and I come from a small town just like Townsend. And I still believe that in a small town, you can dream big. And you need to have a government that represents you, a government for the people and a government by the people that represents your interests and not special interests. Right now we have a superintendent whose collective budget and 8 secretaries amass over $1.5 million. In fact, he makes more than the current governor of Massachusetts. And that salary is being used to insulate his position and make it stronger. Why Townsend residents, students, and parents get weaker by selling off portions of our public school systems to private companies and interest groups. I have one interest, we the people, in this town of Townsend. That's why I'm running Select Board, to serve you the people of Townsend. Hello.
Hi, Josh.
So we meet again for the
Yes.
first time though.
Yeah, okay. Board of Selectmen, you have to write out your name.
Okay, so I'm the candidate here?
Yep.
Is my full name?
Yep.
Thank you
All
very much.
right, you're welcome, my friend.
Appreciate
If you
it.
have any questions, give us a call.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Will do.
Have our
Thanks
number.
very much.
All right, you're
Take
welcome.
care.
See you later. Good luck.
Bye.
Thank you. Last year in Townsend, only 1% of the population voted for what was going on in their neck of the woods and who would be representing them. I think that it's everyone's duty to get out and vote for the change that you seek with the people that you need. And that's the reason I stopped you today.
My name's Josh Abrams, owner and operator of YouTube's Accountability for All, civil rights activist, First Amendment auditor, and Board of Selectmen hopeful. And I approve this message.